weeks since our Stampin' Up holiday catalog items were released, and I've been having a lot of fun sharing project ideas with you. I have a Christmas card project to share with you today. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to be sharing Christmas all from now through Christmas, but since these products are new, I'm really wanting to share some fun ideas with you. And this one is a really fun one, so I hope you'll stick around. So just a little over a week ago, I shared with you a really cute penguin card. And we're going to make another penguin card today, and both of these are special penguin cards. Now, the one I shared before is this penny slider card. So when you tilt it back and forth, the penguins actually spin and slide through the little grooves. Now, the one we're going to make today is a shaker card, but it's not just any shaker card, it's a special one. Let me tell you what we need, and then we will get started. You're going to need your card base that measures 5.5 by 8.5. Mine is shaded spruce, and I embossed it using the Evergreen Forest embossing folder on the front flap. We need a piece of white that measures 4 by 5.25. We need another piece of white that measures 2 7/8 by 3 7/8. We need a piece of spruce that measures 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. Now this piece I already cut out using the dies we're going to use today, and I'll explain that here in just a second. Besides that, we need some of these, or one of these cloche shaker domes, and this is what makes this project really special, and some other white paper scraps. Now let me tell you the other products that we will be using today. We need the penguin bundle, of course, which is called Penguin Place. Many of you have seen this when I shared my other project, I'm sure, but this is so cute. Wanted to share another project with it. And the Cloche Dies. So here they are. So we are just using this particular die today. Now, this die coordinates with 2 different stamp sets in our new holiday catalog. We are not using those today, but I just thought I would mention that. So let's get started. First, let's work on the background of this card. So I already have the card base prepared, and what I want to do is add some snowdrifts in front of the trees. So I am going to tear this piece of 4 by 5.25 paper so that we have some snowdrifts. And how I will do that is I'll start over, I like to start over here on the right side, somewhere near the bottom, and tear. I don't want to tear in a straight line because I want these to look like snowdrifts. I want them to be curved a little bit. Now, let's do another tear, and I'm going to do this one over here and then come down. Okay, now I like to flip these over because it gives a nice torn edge the way I want it to look. And then I piece them together in a way that I like how it looks. So something like this. So let's put these together. Put some adhesive across the bottom of this one and attach that next one. It doesn't really matter how tall these are when you get done, how much space they take up vertically. Just want them to look nice. And then we will put this one on the front here. And I'm actually going to trim off this bottom piece to make it a little bit shorter so that doesn't stick out at the bottom. Okay, we'll put this piece on next. So I probably wouldn't have put snowdrifts on this card, except this, I created this for my Stampin' Up Team Challenge project for this month, and I was supposed to use some angular pieces, so that's where the snowdrifts are coming in. So I really enjoy participating in those challenges shared by my team member, Tanya. Okay, so we're going to put this piece on here, just like that. We do have a really great joining special right now during Celebration. So if you have any interest in joining my team, joining Stampin' Up and getting a discount on all of your supplies, I would love to talk to you about that. Now, what I want to do next is create the penguin for this card. So I've put the stamp on my Stamparatus. I encourage you to use your Stamparatus for this because if you want to get that nice dark black color for the penguin, you need, sorry, sometimes I can't talk and think. You probably are going to want to stamp multiple times. Now you can use Stays-On ink, which does pretty well at getting it nice and dark the first time, but I am going to use my Memento just because it's easier to clean up. And it is very likely I'm going to want to stamp more than one time. Okay, so I got most of it, but there's a couple little dots in there that got missed. So we'll stamp a second time. And that looks perfect. Now I want to add the beak and the feet. So I have my beak stamp mounted on here. Have the little foot stamp mounted. We will stamp this one twice. Once right about there, once right about here. And I would like to put a scarf on this penguin. The stamp set has the cutest little attachment pieces. Here, I'll show it to you again. It has the hat, the scarf, little presents, trees, the antlers, and I used some of those on, oh, the little bow tie. I used some of those on the other cards I shared, the penny slider cards. But on this one, I decided to use that scarf because I haven't used the scarf before. So I'll ink that up with some red. Stamp it right there. Okay, now we're ready to punch out the penguin. So grab the punch. Line it up right here. Punch. Okay, so the penguin is ready. The penguin will go inside of the little dome. He's going to have a little sign that says Season's Greetings. And I would like some little trees in the background. So I pulled that evergreen tree stamp from the stamp set. I have some shaded spruce ink. And this is actually an extra piece I cut that is optional. So I'll show you what I'm doing here. We are going to create our scene that goes inside of the dome on this white piece of cardstock. But it's just a white piece of cardstock and I can't see exactly where the edges of this piece are going to be. So to make it a little bit easier, what I am going to do is attach this piece that I die cut out over the top. And that is just going to act as my guide to know where all of my pieces need to be so that they are visible. So attach that on. So now I can go ahead and stamp these trees wherever I want them. My plan is to put the penguin over here on the right side. So I'm going to stamp some trees over here on the left, and maybe I'll put one or two over on the right side as well. And this is where using your Stamparatus comes in handy. I didn't get that one stamped perfectly, but I was able to go back and stamp a second time. Now you can stamp multiple times if you want to get that faded effect. And there's another one. I am going to pull on a little bit of scrap paper here for a second and use it to stamp off. So I'm going to ink up, stamp off. Now as I move upwards, I'll stamp a couple of times to get that faded effect. I think I'll put one right here. And then I want one faded one over here on the right side. So I'll stamp off here once and stamp right there. Okay, now we should be ready to add the penguin. I think I'll move him up just a little bit, put the little sign in front, and then we'll be ready to assemble this with the dome. So I mentioned joining my team. Now, the special during August and September is if you join Stampin' Up, you get to choose a bundle for absolutely free on top of our regular starter kit. So the regular starter kit offer is you choose $125 worth of products for just $99. And then right now you get to choose an extra bundle on top of that, absolutely free. And I don't have my list right here, but I think this penguin bundle is one of your options. You have 12 options. They're all brand new ones from the holiday catalog. So it's a really good time to join, and I would love to welcome you to my team. So just let me know if you have questions about that. Okay, now we are coming to where this is going to come together. So we need the dome. Now I'll mention this. See how my little corners stick out the edges of this piece, stick off the edges of this piece? I want to trim those off. Now on most projects you would not need to do this. Just happens that because my piece is pretty narrow here, that I'll trim those off so that they're not in the way, or they don't show, I should say. So we are going to attach this piece here. We will put this piece over the top. So this piece, I'm not sure if I ever explained, but I die cut the piece out of the center and I embossed it with that Evergreen Forest embossing folder. We will put this over the top and then we can attach this onto the card. But do you see I'm forgetting something, aren't I? We have to put some shakers in there. So that is what we will do right now. So I'm going to use, these are subtle shimmer sequins. These are in the holiday catalog and they definitely remind me of snow. So they looked perfect to surround our cute little penguin. I think we'll go with a few more. Sometimes it's hard to know how many shakers to put in your cards. You don't want too many because then they get packed in there and they can't really move around. But you want enough that you will see them and they will be visible. Okay, now I'm just going to try and line this up as much as I can with that die cut I had in the background, but if it doesn't line up perfectly, it is no problem at all. Okay, so cute, cute, love that. Now we will put this piece on over the top, and as you can see, this is not going to line up. So this is one of my learn from my mistakes. When you put that white piece on in the center, that die cut piece, you will want to lay your green piece on top of the white so that the correct amount of border shows, and then slip that white piece right into the hole of this green piece. Okay, that way you'll know it's all lined up correctly. But there is always a way to fix a problem. You would never know if you hadn't seen that I messed up, you would not even know. I am going to quickly trim off a little piece from the top of that to make it line up, make it have an even border. Goodness gracious. Do you ever have those days? My husband said yesterday, somebody said to him, it's a Monday kind of Friday. And I will second that. Okay. Thank you for your patience. I know your time is valuable. Okay, so now we'll put some adhesive on the back here, and it is a Monday kind of Friday. My fast fuse, every once in a while it grabs. You know what? Please tell me you have these days too. Yours just may not happen on camera. Okay. We are finishing. And I'm singing. That means I'm flustered. Look at that. Isn't that cute? I just love these penguins, and these cloche dies with the shaker domes are really fun. So I hope you like this idea. Thanks for stopping in today. You can get more ideas on my blog, of course. You can find that link in the video description below, as well as the links to order the products I used on this today. So thanks for being here. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I hope to see you again next time when I'll be back helping you to hand make with love.